What is cooking? Good looking? You sexy squad-a-lot. Okay, yeah, so day 38. Damn, bro. I can't believe we've done so many days. That's crazy. Yeah, so it's day 38. Currently 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, unfortunately, one of the PTSD symptoms kicked in where I had a extremely bad dream, like really, really bad. And I just woke up and now I can't go back to bed. I've just been eating a bunch of mandarins and nectarines, some popcorn. Yeah, so that's the side of PTSD, which sucks. Because all I wanted to do was just sleep and rest from all the work I've been doing. But it's okay. So I'm just gonna use this now and just gonna carry on doing some video editing on the vlog, maybe do some exercises and read, put on YouTube on the background. But yeah, no, it sucks, like. Anyways, we won't get into the big details, but I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know if, I can't remember if I've told you guys exactly what happened to me for the car accident. So I was crossing the street on an electric scooter, and it was in America, Florida. So there was oncoming traffic and then going away traffic. And I was on the side where the oncoming traffic. No. How do I draw a picture for you guys? Maybe that's better. Maybe do I bring up the police report? I don't know. Okay, so damn it, bro. How do I explain this? Anyways, there's traffic going this way and then there's traffic going that way. So I was at the robots crossing the road, and as I was crossing, there were 6 lanes, right? Because America's huge and their highways and roads is crazy big. Like, if you wanted to walk somewhere, it would take you hours sometimes. And like, I can speak from experience, because my first month in America, I tried to walk somewhere to get my cell carrier provider, and I had to walk like 2 hours to get it. It was a joke. So that's why you need like a bicycle or electric scooter, moped, car or something, because the country is so big and the roads are so long. Anyways, so I was at the traffic light, pushed the button, and then the light flashed, so with a little man that you can walk across the road. So I drove on my electric scooter past six oncoming lanes. So all the cars were going this way and I was crossing it this way. And then there was 3 lanes. Just bear with me, it's pretty tough. Then there was 3 lanes that I had to cross of cars going that way. So it looked clear, and as I was crossing, there was a hooter, and as I turned, I just saw headlights and a silver car. And yeah, I don't remember much after that besides the flashbacks of like lying down and then coming back to life with a bunch of paramedics over me and civilians just staring over me, and yeah, so coming back to life. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to the person that called the the ambulance, thank you to the civilians, thank you to the paramedics, thank you to everyone that was able to be there to bring me back. And thank you to my parents for always making sure that I wore a helmet when I was on my bicycle, because when I got the electric scooter, I was a huge advocate for wearing a helmet. So yeah, here's a photo of the helmet that I did wear. And that also saved my life. Otherwise I would have severe brain damage, or not have made it, or skull fractures. Like, yeah, that's why I wear a helmet. Anyway, so yeah, the flashback of coming back to, and then standing up, well, everyone's telling me to lay down, and I was like, no, don't tell me what to do. And then I just remember just looking down at the grass and just blood everywhere, blood pouring out of my mouth, and fighting for that breath. Every breath I took was a fight. It was hard. Like, you can't, words cannot describe what it's like to fight for your life. Like, to fight for every single breath. Words cannot fucking describe it. So yeah, there's that flashback, and then I lost consciousness again, and came back when I was in the ambulance. It was hilarious. Like, I came back when I was in the ambulance, and I just heard the ambulance saying, no, he's got too much internal bleeding, we need to see what else there is, we need to cut his clothes. And that's when I just came to. I don't know, maybe because they were talking about my clothes or something, and I'm such like a fashion person. Like, I love clothing. Like, each piece of clothing I wear, it's, I don't know, it's me, and it makes me happy. So maybe that's what brought the consciousness back, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, you guys can cut my clothes, I don't care, I just want to fucking live. Yeah, I don't so they're like, just chill, bro. Yeah, and then I lost conscious after that. But apparently, well, like, during my hospital stay and everything, what the nurses were telling me, like, Reese, we've never had someone like you. Like, when the paramedics dropped you off, you asked us to call them back so you could fist bump them. So I could fist bump them and say thank you for saving me. So yeah, that's that. And then I lost consciousness. I think I went in a coma, and they had to do extreme operations, extreme emergency operations. So they cut me open over there to fix my collapsed lung, because I had a collapsed lung. They also needed to fix my lacerated liver, and they needed to clear out my rib cage because 6 of my ribs shattered like stained glass in a church. It shattered, 6 of them, in so many places. It was crazy to see the x-rays. So yeah, just a warning now, I am gonna flash up some images and pictures of me in hospital. I'm not gonna show you the bloody gory ones, in case there's kids watching, or people with a weak stomach, or people that are gonna pass out. But basically it's gonna be me in a hospital. It's yeah. So anyways, they had to perform that operation. They then had to stabilize my internal bleeding, so they did that. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be easy if I just take my hoodie off. So, yeah. So, over there, they basically had to insert a pipe into my lung to drain all the fluids, so I didn't drown during the recovery. They inserted another breathing tube, so down my throat, to assist my breathing. So I wasn't able to communicate, eat, with anything because of the breathing tube. Bear with me, because I was on so much pain medication, so much opioids. Oh, what is that thing, that injection they give you for pain? Not meth. Oh, anyways, it will come back to me. Yeah, because basically when I first came to, I wrote down on like the sketch pad that they gave me to communicate, and I said I don't want any pain medicine, no opioids, just Tylenol, because I'm a drug addict. Well, I thought I was a drug addict, but I'm not actually. It's just I was told I was, so I believed it, but I'm not actually. So I said to them, I don't want anything. I've been sober for 6 months. I was just weak, and I was trying to escape a boring life. That's why I partied and drank and shit like that. But then after all of this, my life perspective and everything changed. So yeah, I don't classify myself as an addict anymore. But anyways, when I came to and I was able to communicate with the nurses and the doctors, I said I don't want any medicine, I don't want opioids, I don't want anything, because I don't want to get addicted and I don't want to go down that path. But I actually did anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. So I was fighting the pain with no opioids, with no morphine. Oh, how did I forget morphine? Yeah, anyways, okay, so yeah, I was doing it with no oxy, with no opioids, no morphine, nothing. I was raw dogging it. All the only thing I had was Tylenol. Hospital edition. Yeah, so I lasted 1 day, and then the night time came and the pain was unbearable. If I could scream, I would have screamed, but I just couldn't. So I called the nurse while I was in ICU, and I was like, I need something for the pain. I wrote it down on the sketch pad, and they eventually gave me morphine, and the pain disappeared. It was beautiful. It was. And now I understand completely why people get addicted to pain tablets, to morphine, and then they move on to heroin. Because that shit works, bro. Like, yeah. But as incredible as it is, you end up selling your whole life. If you have a family, you sell your family. Not literally, but figuratively. All your possessions, you sell. Your job, you sell. You literally sell your whole life to get the next fix. And I didn't want that. So when I had to get off of oxy, I had to fight. But yeah, that's another side of the story that we won't really get into right now, because this is going to be a long story. So I apologize. If you don't really want to stay tuned, just skip to how the day's going later in the day. But yeah, so I was in ICU with a breathing tube. Like, I think I had 3 emergency surgeries. I had 9 in total, and I can't remember all of them. So yeah, this whole accident, I had 9 surgeries. I can't believe I didn't hit double digits, man. You know how sad I am that I didn't hit double digits in surgeries? Damn. Anyways, Like 9, bro. Like, if I was a cat, I used all my 9 lives. Yeah, that's crazy. So, basically, that scar there is from the tube in the lungs. Then I have a scar over there. Yeah, scar over there from tubes going into my bladder because I couldn't pee. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was in bed for... When did I take my first steps? After 20 days. Yeah, I was in bed for 20 days. So this is what I looked like before. And this is what I looked like after I got out of hospital. Yeah, I was huge into gym and everything. I lost it all. I lost all the progress. And then that's also when I realized that true strength comes from within. Not aesthetically, not any of that. That was just external bullshit. And that's why I'm so huge right now on living a healthy life and making my temple extremely healthy from the inside, and the outside is a bonus, if that makes any sense to people. So yeah, I was in bed and I couldn't get up and go to the bathroom. So they had to insert a bunch of shit into my bladder. Very, very weird, man. Like, when they pull that shit out, it feels like a snake is crawling inside of you. Ugh, heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. So, yeah. Well, what else? Oh, the other scars. This one. So, during the hospital, I was in ICU for, I think it was 17, 20 days total. And, yeah, so that scar, there was an abscess or a cyst. I can't remember which one it was because I had both. One of them grew on my lungs, so they had to do another operation on me. And that's where this comes from. And they had to cut away half my lung to remove it, so I didn't die again. Yeah, and during that operation, I stopped breathing. Like, I died again. Luckily, I fought death. I saw the Grim Reaper a few days earlier, and I told him, it's not my fucking day. I've got shit to do. I've got people to make proud, and I've got to change this world. I've got to be the change in the world that I want to see. So I told the Grim Reaper that shit, and I was like, I'm going to live, you're not taking me. So yeah, I did stop breathing again during that operation. And when I came back, the nurses told me, like, we were so scared that you weren't gonna make it, but you pushed through, I'm a champion. And yeah, the nurses and the doctors truly were something else. You know, I have a new level of respect for anyone that works in the medical field. Like, thank you. Thank you to all of the hard work that you ladies and gentlemen put in. All the work that is unseen, that no one ever thanks you. Thank you. So, yeah, so yeah, I had that operation to remove half the lung, and I had this scar here and that scar there. I had 2 more tubes going into my lungs to drain the fluid, the blood, and etc. And then this here, that scar over there. 6-inch plate was installed because I broke my humerus, like clean crack in half. Then over there on the forearm, I had to have a skin graft. They took the skin from my thigh. I'm not gonna show you that, it's a little like too up there, inappropriate. So they took a piece of the thigh and they put it on my forearm. So whoever touches this is technically touching my leg. It's crazy. It feels like chicken skin, man. It's so funky, bro. I just miss having hair there. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's like so bald. But it's okay, because I'm used to having baldness. Anyways, so yeah, that's one op, then half the lung removal, that's another op, then the 3 emergency, that's 5 ops. Then the metal plate was another op. Oh yeah, no. See, I've lost track already of the surgeries. So yeah, that's the basic rundown of all the scars on my body and the accidents and why I have PTSD and why I can't sleep tonight at 2:40 in the morning. And then yeah, I lasted 29 days in the hospital. The one nurse brought me, and this was all during December. I got ran over on December 7th, 2023. So December's an extremely tough month for me, which sucks because it used to be one of my favorite months where the family got together and we would spend Christmas together and share memories and make laughs, make jokes and laugh. And yeah, so December is a rough month now, but that's okay. It's gonna be rough for the first little bit, and then after that I'll be okay. I'll be 100% baby. Yeah, it sucks because this past December I was back home in South Africa with my whole family, and I haven't been with family for 3 years because of traveling and everything. But I wasn't 100% there mentally. Like my body was there, but mentally I wasn't. I was fighting demons that I didn't want to show my family. Anyways, enough about that. So yeah, I was in hospital during December, so I had to celebrate Christmas alone in the hospital. So yeah, well, I wasn't alone, you know, like everyone that I worked with, all the golf boys and the golf girls, they all came and visited me and dropped off endless amounts of cookies. Yeah, and then the hospital did something incredible. They bought a bunch of carolers. So at night time, I just heard this singing. It was beautiful, man. So maybe that's the reason why music is therapy for me. It's maybe why I love cookies so much. So yeah, I celebrated Christmas by myself. Not actually, I lie, I didn't. But not the way I'm used to celebrating it. So yeah, and then I also had to celebrate New Year's by myself, you know. Because yeah, visiting hours end, so no one was there for me on New Year's, which is cool, you know. No, with me. The one nurse was so amazing. She was so amazing. She bought me non-alcoholic bubbles to like drink and things for New Year's, man. It was so cool. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So she also bought me food and stuff that all the like nurses bought for like their New Year's celebration and things. So yeah. Oh, and you know what the craziest thing is? You know what blew my mind about the human body? When I was in ICU and things like that and I couldn't walk, I wasn't able to go to the bathroom to have a shit. So I didn't have a shit for 2 weeks. That must be a world record, bro. Like, put me in the Guinness World Records, bro. Anyways, so yeah, that's the basic rundown. Collapsed lung, half a lung removal, lacerated liver, 6 broken ribs in multiple places, 6-inch plates in my arm for the broken humerus, a skin graft on the forearm because a huge chunk of my arm decided to go missing. Oh, and then all of these scars over here was when I skidded across the road. Yeah, I've actually still got tar in some of the scars, so if anyone like actually looks deeply at them, they'll see like blackness, and that's the tar. So I'll always have that road part of me. How sick is that? So yeah, and then life went on. I got out of hospital, did my recovery. Like, the roommates I stayed with were incredible. They all helped me. They cooked food for me. They helped me do my laundry. And yeah, the one roommate I wish I could talk to, and I apologize for waking up and screaming in the middle of the night and dealing with shit the way I did by going to party and to drink and smoking weed and all of that shit. Like, I apologize because he didn't deserve any of that, and I was an asshole, but I was processing things the way I was used to processing things, and unfortunately I burnt a bridge with a very good human. So yeah, to my roommate at that time, I apologize. Anyways, so yeah, life went on. I went back to work. They put me in the golf shop, but that's not me. I can't sit behind a desk all day looking at clothes. I went mentally insane, so I tried to go back into like the golf industry and cleaning up the range and dealing with the members and talking to them and cleaning carts and all of that, but obviously I couldn't because of my arm. So yeah, that sucks. Anyways, my arm then, the metal plates in the arm, 2 screws snapped. So when I was at my next country club, I had to get another operation on my arm, another surgery to remove that plate and then install another plate, 10-inch plate. So that's why the scar like goes from here all the way down to the elbow. So yeah, like it was just non-stop hospitals and all of that. So every time I go to a hospital, you'll see that my jaw shakes like a little leaf. It's just one of the PTSD symptoms, but I'll always go to the hospital. Like, yeah, anyways, so that's the story basically. Still lots of shit there that I didn't say, but I know how long this video is going to be because of it, so I'm gonna cut it there and just let you guys step in my shoes for a little bit and see why I can't sleep, why I just cry. And yeah, so this is one night. I've been having nights like this for the past 1.5 years. So these are the battles that no one sees, you know. And I just wanted to show you the one of the battles, because I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep now. Even if I try and lay there with my eyes closed, that's all I'm going to be able to think about. So I need to keep my mind busy, keep it occupied. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to edit some vlog, use my time productively, and then when my body shuts down from exhaustion, I'll sleep. Anyways, let's get into some cool funky shit, guys. Like, that shit's happened. It's out of my control. The only thing I can control is my mind, what I do with my time, and how I get back up and I fight. So this is the plan. I'm gonna do some editing now. I'm gonna go for a run today. Screw it. Like, I've been doing sit-ups, my abs are sore. Like, the 6-pack is actually coming back. You know how happy I am? So yeah, we're gonna go for a run, get the lungs working better, and then what else? I got a meeting with my work coach, so I'm gonna hop on the scooter and go to the job center, talk to them, see what's happening, then come home and read. Come up with something to cook, sweep the floor, clean the house a little, maybe put up the posters, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty boring day, I guess. Nothing extreme, and it's good because this intro has kinda consumed a lot of time. So anyways, day 38. See you guys in the updates, yeah? Okay, what's cracking? Quick update. Yeah, day 38. Let me just double check. Anyway, so went to, day 38. Went to the Universal Credit, spoke to my work coach, and she managed to give me advice that there's a job opening up in the civil service, something like that. So she's gonna post that on my work journal once it comes through. Yeah, and I'll be able to apply for that job. So that's incredible to hear, because it came at the right time after the news that I got yesterday from one of the team leads, managers, saying that I most likely won't stay on after September. So yeah, you see how the universe rewards you. If you're doing good, the universe will see it and will reward you in ways that you don't expect it. So some call it karma, I just say it's the universe working in its mysterious way. Yeah, because if you do bad, you're gonna get rewarded in bad, and etc. So anyways, that's a small win. Let's go. Oh yeah, as you can see, I put up my posters. How cool are they? They're so tight. Let me show you guys. We got the lion, because this is the king's den. Right over there, it's king's den with the lion. Then we've got the wolf's den over here. Excuse the mess. The wolf. And then we got the monkey's den over here, because this is where I dance and listen to music and act like a little monkey. This is where I sleep like a wolf, and then this is where I do all my work like a king, like a lion, king of the jungle. Anyways, so posters up, Universal went well. Now I'm busy doing video editing. So yeah, day 3 is getting edited. I'm exhausted because of the no sleep, the PTSD, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do is get day 3 edited and ready to get posted, so that I can have a 2-hour nap, and then when I wake up I'll be able to make that video live, which is cool. And yeah, I looked at my schedule to see if I was working tomorrow or the next day, and they removed 2 of my shifts. So I just sent a message to the GM, general manager, and she just explained that she made a mistake on her end because someone resigned, and she thought it was me. So she basically said, yeah, she'll fix the mistake and everything, which is cool, incredible. And I used that as a little opening, as an opportunity, and I was like, yo, if you need me to cover any of his shifts for the person that resigned, like, I'm happy to. And if you need me to improve any of my work, or if I'm doing anything wrong, please just let me know. I'm open to feedback, and I just want to give the best possible performance that I possibly can. Even if I'm there for 2 months, I can still put in 110%, because then I know when I do go to sleep at night, I know that I put in 110%, and I did it with a smile and a positive attitude, no matter what task I do. If it's making coffee in the morning for myself, I've done 110%. If I go to work, I've done 110%. If I go for a run, I've done it at 110%. So I do it for me. I don't do it for external factors or to suck up to managers or to be an ass licker or to be a people pleaser. No, I do it for me. So yeah, once you start doing things for you, you will realize things aren't that bad. And it turned, like, things that you thought were negative turned into a positive. Anyways, I'm gonna keep these updates pretty short, because obviously the intro is that whole long story. Then that's just one. Trust me, I have plenty. Yeah, we'll give you like leaks of them. I mean, I'll tell you about the time I partied in Miami and accidentally sipped a water that had MDMA in it. I mean, yeah, that wasn't a crazy story, that. And then another one where I ended up driving through Texas and playing pool with a stripper. What else? Those are just off the top of my head. Yeah, the one night where I ended up partying with a bunch of homeless people on the side of the streets and ended up in a river. Another one where I ended up skinny dipping in one of the canals in Florida. So yeah, there are a bunch of crazy stories that have happened because of the person I am, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, those stories will come out eventually. I'm not gonna throw everything in one video. Leave a little mystery for you guys. Yeah, and if I had to throw everything in one video, I don't think I would ever switch this camera off. Anyways, that's update. Day 38 going incredibly well. And yeah. Okay, quick evening update plus a big rant as well. Yeah, so it's gonna be a long video. I apologize because I need to get something off my chest quickly. So these electric scooters are illegal in the UK because I can't get insurance for them. So I'm trying to understand, because I'm a very logical person and I just don't get it, because I wear a bike helmet, okay, so extreme safety. It also has indicators. I'll show you now, I'm just switching it on. So it's got indicators. Brake light, headlight, extremely visible at night. And it's also capped at a certain speed, the legal speed in the UK. But what really gets to me is that here in the UK, in Liverpool, they have council scooters, electric scooters, which are legal because they come with insurance. So why can those be legal and mine can't? It's exactly the same thing. Mine's just better because it has indicators, visible lights, cap speed. It's higher off the ground, so it's safer. Yeah, it's just it's really made me angry, honestly, because yeah, I got pulled over by the cops, and yeah, yeah, I wasn't being like bitchy or anything. I was just trying to understand. I was asking him questions like, okay, so what's the difference between mine and the council? And he said, yo, those come with insurance. So I said, okay, cool, so how can I get insurance for mine? He says, you can't. So I said, okay, do you have any jobs available, because I have to get to the airport at 2 in the morning and there's no public transport. So what do I do? Oh, and he's like, yeah, sorry, I don't know about jobs. So I'm like, bro, so you tell me no, but you don't have any solutions to my problems or anything. Yeah. It's like no hate or anything. Like, I'm just trying to understand, really, because he said you should get an electric bicycle. So I was like, okay, but what's the difference between the electric bicycle and an electric scooter? Mine goes slower, first of all. Mine is very visible with all the headlights and indicators. Bicycles don't have that. I'm wearing a full face motorbike helmet, not a bicycle helmet. So I'm more protected on the electric scooter than I am on a bicycle. So I'm very angry, and hopefully this can start a movement or something in the UK, because shit needs to start changing. Like, as a foreigner, plus having a British citizenship, let me just show you guys as well. So I'm not talking bunch of bullshit. So, South African passport. Sorry. Yeah, South African passport, UK passport. So there's proof that I am both. So hopefully this can start a movement, because there's too many rules. And they need to start moving with the future. This is the future of bicycles and that sort of transportation for the average human, for the everyday person that can't afford to buy a car, to have insurance, to pay road taxes, etc. And I'm grinding my ass off. I've applied for over 150 jobs, and the only job I got was the airport, and their shift starts at 3 in the morning. There's no public transport running that time. I'm not paying taxis to pick me up and drop me off at work, because then what is the point? I'm working for free. So yeah, I was just asking the police officer, like, so what would you recommend then? This is my predicament, and he had no solution. Like, I agree, they all for upholding the law and making sure everything's strict and whatever, but he's spending his time now to pull me over, tell me that I can't ride it, it's illegal, when there's even worse shit happening here in the UK. Drug deals, gangs, prostitution, rape. Like, come on, man. And then you pulling me over, wasting the citizens' council tax money, etc., to pull someone over, tell them that the electric scooter is illegal, 6 points off my license, plus a £200 fine. Obviously, I just said, like, look, I'm not from here, I don't know the rules, and sorry, like, it's not gonna happen, like, I apologize. So yeah, I'm just gonna spray paint this bitch orange, put the council tax sticker on it. I don't know if that's like fraud or something, but it's my only option, because now he said, yeah, no, we have option 1 to fold it up, take it home, store it and sell it, or option 2 is I seize it and fine you. So I said option 1, like, I'm not an idiot, like, please don't take my scooter. I spent £300 on it, like, it's bullshit. It shouldn't be an option to buy them, you know? Not off like Amazon for the general public who doesn't know the rules. He said, yeah, no, they illegal publicly, so I can't drive it on public roads and public pavements and anything. If I know someone that has private land, I'm more than welcome to drive it there. It's just made me extremely angry and frustrated, because every time it feels like I'm making some sort of movement in life, the rules here in the UK, it's like, no, you can't do this, it's wrong. Like, it's so controlling. And like, coming from South Africa where yeah, it's free. Like, you can do anything, you can bribe cops, you can ride whatever you want, fucking a horse if you want. I mean, come on, like, But then coming here, it's like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't get on the bus, you can't do this. And it's starting to actually annoy me. Now I understand why the British are so sad and angry and frustrated, because they can't live a life, because everything is so controlled. And this is just an outsider's opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. And if this starts a movement or whatever to make these things legal, then let's do it. But then I advocate for people to wear helmets, to make sure they have indicators, to make sure that they're visible, and don't go over the speed limit and whatever. But it's actually fucking annoying. Excuse my language, but it really is. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I need to come up with a solution to get to work now at 2 a.m. Because yeah, if they say I can't ride an electric scooter, then make the buses run 24/7 for people like me that need to get to work at that time. I don't mind paying the £2 there and the £2 back. I mean, I'm safer in the bus. But if you deny me the only way of getting to work, then make sure you have a solution, because you didn't have a solution. And I'm not riding a bicycle. Sorry, I don't feel safe on a bicycle. I don't feel comfortable on a bicycle, especially because of my arm with all the movements and the up and downs. The fact that a bicycle helmet doesn't protect the whole face. Yeah, no. It's just, and they go quicker than the electric scooter. It's just, yeah, so that's my rant. That's my little frustration for the evening. I mean, the police officer was amazing. He was very polite. He was incredible to deal with. And he was just doing his job. And there's no hate at all for the law enforcement. I absolutely love them. They do jobs and see shit that will absolutely destroy all faith in humanity. Yeah, and they have to put up with shitty people and etc. So to all law enforcement, mad respect. Really, you guys do an excellent job. But at the end of the day, it's like, really? You are so focused on someone riding an electric scooter while there's a drug deal happening around the corner. You're so worried about someone riding on an electric scooter when there's rape happening around the corner. You're so worried about someone on an electric scooter when there is stabbings happening around the corner. Maybe move the focus away from that onto the real shit that's actually hurting the country and hurting humanity and hurting the image of the UK, instead of trying to focus on every single little law that's... Yeah, anyways, so that's just my personal opinion. It's frustrating, it's annoying. And yeah, I did get the warning from my grandmother. She said, it is a nanny state, everything is controlled and very governed. So I did have the warning. I knew what I was stepping into when I moved to this country. But I didn't think it was this bad, to the point I can't get on a bus with an electric scooter because it's so worried that it's gonna blow up, that I can't even own an electric scooter because I can't get insurance for it. I mean, really, guys? Really? And why are they illegal? Please, what is the valid reason? I need a valid reason, not the reason for not having insurance. If it's insurance, I'll get fucking insurance right now. Tonight, I'll sign up for it. But I need a valid reason. Why are they illegal? Anyways, so that's the rant. I apologize for the story, the sadness at the start and the angriness and frustration at the end. But this is the channel. This is the raw, unfiltered emotions of an average human who's just trying to succeed in life, who is just trying to make a positive change in the world. You know, bring happiness and smiles and compliments, and showing people that you don't have to do illegal activities to be successful. You don't have to create scams and fraud and sell illegal shit and become part of a gang and sell drugs. And yeah, like I'm just showing the world that it's possible to work with the system, to try and escape the system, to live a peaceful, happiness life. But yeah, at the same time, you're gonna have sadness and you're gonna have frustration, and that's what one of these days are. So anyways, the day update, sorted out the council tax, sorted out the shifts from the management, posted the next video of the vlog. I'm gonna work on the editing of it now. I haven't done any physical activity because obviously I didn't sleep that well, and I've been all over the place, running around to the job center and then coming home, having a nap, and working on editing the vlog and uploading it and everything. So no excuses. If I'm feeling like it, I might go do 50 sit-ups and 50 push-ups. If I do, you'll see the hyperlapse somewhere in the vlog. But yeah, and we also put the posters up. I can't stop staring at them. They are so mesmerizing. Yeah, so that's the day update. Got a lot done. Managed to fight sadness and frustration. But yeah, no, it's just baffling to me where it's illegal because I can't have insurance. But on a bicycle, you don't need insurance. It's just like, I just don't get it. I'm just trying to understand, really. I'm sorry, I'm just a logical person that needs a valid answer. So I'm gonna maybe do some research now on the topic and see if I can find an answer. If I do, I will make it part of tomorrow's video. But yeah, if you don't need insurance on a bicycle and they're not as safe and not as roadworthy as the electric scooter, why would you need insurance for it? And if the council is offering the option of having council electric scooters all over the city, why can't I own my own one? Really, like, is it the big government plan that the average human can't buy one, so they have to spend money on the council one, so the money goes into the government's pocket? Is that the big reason? Where they lose out on a profitable service? I don't know. I'm just trying to see the bigger picture. So I need to take a step back from my emotions, do some research, have a level head, and yeah. But anyways, you know what time it is, guys. Good morning, no, good night, good morning, and good afternoon. Sleep tight, have a marvelous start to the day, and carry on your momentum throughout the day. If it's happiness and joy, carry it on. If it's sadness, then take a deep breath, inhale the good and the positivity, and exhale all the bullshit. Easier said than done, I know. But the more you practice it, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Anyways, squat a lot. I'm out. Okay, what's cracking, guys? Yeah, so I came up with a solution to try return the electric scooter to Amazon and get a refund so I can buy a electric bicycle. So yeah, we'll turn this loss into a massive win. So I'll get an electric bicycle, and it goes faster. Let's go. So I'll get to work quicker, so save more time for myself. And then, yeah, I do apologize. Like, day 38, has been a little all over the place, and it's extremely long, so, and emotional. But I mean, that is the whole purpose of this channel. Yeah, so I chatted to Amazon customer service, and I said, like, I can't use this product because it's illegal. Can I please return it and get a refund? So they said, yeah, unfortunately we can't return it, so we will give you a refund. So they're going to give me a full refund of the total money I spent, £357. Yeah, and I get to keep the electric scooter. So I can't use it, but at least I get to keep it. Like, that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that money and buy a electric bicycle. So I'm legal and I'm safe and I get to work. So I don't have to spend money on stupid taxis and stuff. And I just looked at my schedule. I don't have a upcoming morning shift, so I'm golden. So by the time the electric bicycle comes, I will still be able to get to the morning shifts. So yeah, let's go. Yeah, and I was busy like chatting to ChatGPT, trying to understand why electric scooters are illegal. And yeah, they basically say the big picture, like the big picture, you're not alone. The e-scooter stuff is a class war disguised as road safety. The law only works for you if you can pay your way into their ecosystem. And I'm right to be furious. Yeah, so basically, what else? It says, because I basically said, like, I'm angry that I can't use my scooter. Why even have it as an option to buy it in this country, etc. So basically what it is, the law has classified electric scooters as motor vehicles, which is stupid because it's Road Traffic Act 1988. My God, it's 2025. Almost 40 years. Come on, you're telling me that the law can't change in 40 years? Anyways, so basically this means that they legally require, like, motor vehicles legally require insurance, tax, MOT, a number plate, indicators, and type of approval. But the insane part, there is no way to actually get insurance, tax, MOT, etc. for private e-scooters, so they're effectively banned from public roads. But meanwhile, council rental e-scooters like Lime, Vo, etc. are legal because they are part of government-run trials. The rental companies provide group insurance, tax, and type approval via their operating agreements. Users have to scan their license and agree to terms, which gives the government more data and control. And it basically says, like, obviously because I've been chatting to ChatGPT, so it's gotten to know me and it knows that I ask a lot of questions about the system and how fucked it is. Yeah, I'm swearing a lot, so I apologize. It says why this feels rigged, because I said, why is this so rigged? And it says you bought an e-scooter with your own money, you're being responsible, wearing a helmet and not being reckless, but you're being punished while corporations get to profit off something you can't even legally use. This isn't about safety. This is about control, insurance liability, and government data tracking. Tell me that's not suspicious. So, yeah, it's not necessarily about the e-scooter. There's a bigger picture. It's so that the council and government will be able to profit off electric scooters. And yeah, so I will like take screenshots of the ChatGPT chat and put them up somewhere so you guys can read it. I'll also maybe go onto Google and try find some other research, so I'm not only getting from one source. But it is hard to use Google nowadays when everything is just so stupid and it's just ad ridden and everything. I mean, that's why I got Opera browser. Huge advocate for it. First of all, it comes with a free VPN. Second of all, it's got an ad blocker, so I can actually read the article that I'm trying to read without ads popping up every 5 sentences and useless ads and adult sites. And yeah, so Google is dead, bro. Like, they need to upgrade their system. Anyways, and also the way it works is like a company can pay Google to be at the top of their searches. So not even the most relevant or the right information is actually getting shown on Google. It's the one who pays the most. And that's why these big corporations succeed more than the little guy. Anyways, this is just a rant about the system. I'm just over it, man. Like, the system needs to change. We are in a stage where I don't know if it's industrial or whatever it is, but like the stage of all the laws and everything that were made in the 1900s still are accessible and still... Crap, sorry, my battery died on the GoPro, so I got cut off in the middle of a rant and I can't remember where my train of thought was. Yes, ADHD is real. So I've literally just put it on charge, like, so I'm talking while it's on charge. Hopefully it doesn't cut out. Anyways, so yeah, the system needs to change. Like, it really does. We're living in the future. I know it's present, but we're in the future with electric scooters, electric bikes, robots, self-driving taxis, internet, phones. Like, yes, 1980s when the laws were made and before that, this shit didn't exist. But now we're living in 2025 when this shit exists, but everyone's being so lazy that they now categorizing modern day innovation and modern day technology and new ways of living into the old system. And that's why it's so frustrating to people my age, I would say, and to anyone actually, not to categorize it. That's why it's so frustrating to people, because we're trying to live the future life, but we're stuck being controlled by the past life. And that's why the present is so frustrating. Anyways, so that's my rant about the system and why why private owned electric scooters are illegal. Dude, it's so simple, man. Like, just whatever the process is for these big corporations to put these scooters out, just do it for the general public. So if I purchase an electric scooter in the UK off Amazon or whatever, off a website, make sure that I scan my driver's license and face recognition, and you can see that I have a driver's license and a face recognition, so that I'll be able to purchase the electric scooter and then lock it or whatever until I have insurance, so I can scan the insurance that unlocks the electric scooter to be able to use it. So you see, like, I don't even work in the government or politics or whatever, and I've already come up with a solution for them. Man, come on, bro. Like, anyways, it's easier said than done. I know it is, really it is, but it's just where my brain is, to constantly think of solutions and to understand how everything works and the processes, etc. Like, it's just me. Sometimes I can't switch it off. Maybe because I don't numb myself anymore with alcohol, weed, energy drinks, sweets, and shit like that. So maybe that's why my brain constantly is working all the time. Yeah, so we have come up with a solution. we are gonna get a refund and get an electric bicycle. It is gonna cost a little bit more, but at least then I know I'm safe, and I'm gonna wear my motorbike helmet with the Cookie Monster helmet for my own safety. I don't care what other people think when I'm driving a bicycle with an with a motorbike helmet, because I want to protect my brain in case of an accident. Touch wood that it doesn't happen. It's not going to. I'm not manifesting it, I'm not putting it out there, but I would rather be safe than sorry, and that's why I'm going to wear the motorbike helmet when I get the electric scooter. Yeah, and it also just promotes safety to kids whenever I'm driving around, and it's like, yeah, safety is actually cool, kids. Like, you can be a badass while being safe. So yeah, that's the plan. And I'm very blessed, very lucky that the universe has kind of put me in a spot where I got pulled over by the police, told it was illegal, and I need to come up with another solution for the morning shifts at work. And it's given me enough time to make that solution happen, where I can buy an electric bicycle before my first morning shift. And if I need to get an Uber or a taxi or whatever the case be for 1 or 2 morning shifts, that's okay, but at least I've come up with a solution. And yeah, you never know, maybe this video pops off, maybe someone in politics or prime minister or whatever watches or gets sent this video of a movement for electric scooters that the general public is fucking angry. You know, like, yes, it's something small, I know. I'm here ranting about they need to focus on bigger crimes than someone driving a scooter, but here I am also ranting about how they need to change it. And there are bigger things happening right now with protests, immigration, gang violence, human trafficking, what else? Homelessness. Like, yes, I know there are bigger pictures, so if it never gets done, that's okay, but at least I might plant a seed in a child that hopefully becomes a politician or a prime minister that will be like, okay, well, I remember watching a YouTube video about some weird South African person venting at 12 o'clock at night about an electric scooter and how they're illegal. So I'll make it part of my political promise to bring them to make them legal. Yeah, so guys, I apologize that this video has been so long. I hope you enjoyed the length of it, but yeah, you got to understand a little bit of me, that nothing is always, I'm not always smiles and positive and nothing gets me down. No, bro, I was up at 2 in the morning crying my eyes out because of PTSD. I'm now shaking like a leaf because of frustration and anger of how the system needs to update, you know? And yeah, this is just natural human states, and everyone is entitled to it. If you have an opinion, express it. Yeah, like, I most probably will get a lot of hate for it, but that's okay. Like I say in the first video, I'm gonna use the hate and turn it into advice and ways of improvement. So yeah, if you feel otherwise and that scooters should be illegally banned, then express it, like, so I can see a different point of view, because right now I'm only seeing my point of view, and I'm open to arguments, and not arguments, I'm open to discussion, because that's how a conversation should be, where it shouldn't turn into an argument with a one-sided person that's not open to seeing the other side of the perspective. I'm open to a peaceful discussion of, like, this is my opinion, this is your opinion, let's chat about it, like, adults, and maybe we can find a middle ground together. So yeah, if you're a huge advocate for private owned e-scooters being illegal, drop it down in the comments. Let's talk about it so I can see your point of view. Anyways guys, like, it's now 12 o'clock. I'm shaking like a leaf, and I just need to go calm down and try to find a electric bicycle so I can get to work. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't a huge fan, but you know, sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do. Like, I'm gonna be petrified and I'm gonna be scared on the bicycle, like, because of the arm and not having the visibility of the lights and the indicators. But that's okay. That is what I have to do. And yeah, because like I said, I don't want to do anything on this channel that is illegal, and unfortunately driving a electric scooter on public roads is illegal. I mean driving a private owned electric scooter on public roads is illegal, and I'm not going to be spending the money on council e-scooters that are, first of all, shit, not maintained, don't have the right lighting, aren't high enough to avoid potholes if there is ever one in the street, and that also doesn't have the right speed and the right battery to get me from where I live to the airport. So yeah, it's that's just my opinion, and it is what it is. No, it's not is what it is. Everything happens for a reason, and the reason was for me to hopefully change one little law in the UK and hopefully give the citizens a little bit more freedom of transport, where they don't have to always get on the public buses and spend the money on electric scooters by the council, and they get to actually have their own scooter and their own freedom. So yeah, everything happens for a reason, and maybe it also prevents me from getting in another accident or hit by another car. So the bigger picture, you know, sometimes you just got to take a step back from everything. Yeah, so I think this video is going to be like an hour long, and I apologize. Yeah, I haven't done my exercises or my sit-ups. I'm going to do them now. I'm not going to film them. I just hope that you guys can trust me that I'm going to do them.